Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for the Medical Board of California's Specialty Faculty Permit Review Committee meeting. This meeting is being conducted via WebEx. Public comments will be heard for each agenda item for those who wish to speak. To be ready for public comment, we ask that you please ensure your comments can be heard clearly by being connected to the audio of this meeting through the proper method. If you're having difficulty hearing the audio of this meeting, it could be because the device you're connecting with has bandwidth limitations. If you do have difficulty hearing the audio of this meeting using your device, please click the ellipsis button at the bottom of the WebEx application or the audio and video menu item at the top of the WebEx application, and then select Switch Audio. You'll see an option to call in and will be provided with a telephone number, access code, and an attendee ID that can be used to connect to the meeting audio via phone. Using the information provided, it will automatically disconnect your device's audio and connect your phone to the name you joined the meeting with. By using this method, if you're having audio problems with your device, this will allow you to still participate and hear the audio of this meeting. Please see the View Additional Meeting Information link on the first page of the meeting agenda for more information on connecting to this meeting and accessing the meeting materials. Thank you, Dr. Ayala Rodriguez, and I'll start the meeting.
Thank you so much, Sean. And good morning, everybody. I'm Dr. Irving Ayala Rodriguez, and I am the chair of the Special Faculty Permit Review Committee. I would like to welcome you to the Special Faculty Permit Review Committee WebEx meeting. I ask that all of us please turn our mobile devices to silent. Since this meeting is being conducted via WebEx, I will ask all committee members and speakers to announce themselves by name before speaking for clarity of the official record. All committee members are able to unmute themselves to speak during the meeting. Please place yourself back on mute when not speaking to reduce background noise for all participants. As a reminder, during today's meeting, any items requiring a vote will be done by roll call vote. Once a motion is made and seconded, Mr. Fonston will call each of the names individually to request our vote. Since this is a WebEx meeting, please be sure to clearly state your name for the record when making or seconding a motion. I will now call this meeting to order. Members, please indicate if you are present when your name is called. Mr. Fonston, please call the roll.
Okay, Dr. Alt.
Dr. Alt, present.
Dr. Gortz.
Present.
Dr. Jiang.
Present.
Dr. Gulati.
Present.
Dr. Goralnik.
Present.
Dr. Ha.
Present.
Dr. Helmy.
Present.
Dr. Lucas.
I'm here.
Dr. Siddiqui.
Present.
Dr. Tanaka.
Present.
Dr. Whittington.
Present.
Ms. Chung.
I'm here.
Dr. Ayala Rodriguez.
Present. And thank you. We have a quorum. This time, there are two applications being presented today. Dr. Guralnik will present applicant Dr. Torres for the University of California, Davis for agenda item 4A, and Dr. Ha will present applicant Avelino da Silva for the University of California, San Francisco for agenda item 4B. The next agenda item is public comment on items not on the agenda. The committee may not discuss or act on any matter raised during this public comment section, except to decide whether to place this matter on the agenda of a future meeting. Are there any public comments, Sean?
Sorry, Dr. Ayala Rodriguez. If anyone would like to make a public comment, you can do so by raising your hand in the WebEx feature. Down at the bottom, there's a little raise hand feature, or if you prefer, you can use the little Slido box in the Q&A window just to type in there that you'd like to make a public comment. I'll give anyone a few seconds here to queue up. I'm not seeing any requests this time, Dr. Ayala Rodriguez.
Thank you, Sean. Seeing no public comments, we will now move to agenda item 3, which is the approval of the minutes for the December 10th, 2025 Special Faculty Permit Review Committee meeting. Are there any edits from the members? If there's any comments from the members, please raise your hand. If there's no comments from the members, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
This is Dan Jung. I move.
Second.
Thank you. And can I get the name of the person that first gave the first approval and the second approval?
Daniel Jung.
Thank you. And the second motion?
Rajesh Gulati.
Thank you so much. Now, I would like to see if there's any public comments for the approval of the minutes, Sean.
Yes, if anyone would like to make comment, public comment, you can do so by raising your hand or typing anything in that Q&A window. Give you a few seconds to see if anyone queues up. Not seeing any requests at this time.
Thank you so much for the confirmation, Sean. Now we will take a roll call vote for the approval of the minutes. Mr. Fonston, please call the roll.
Dr. Alt,
Aye.
Dr. Kavertz,
Aye.
Dr. Jiang,
Aye.
Dr. Gulati,
Aye.
Dr. Guralnik,
Aye.
Dr. Ha,
Aye. Aye.
Dr. Helmy,
Approve.
Dr. Lucas,
Approve.
Dr. Siddiqui,
Aye.
Dr. Tanaka,
Approve.
Dr. Whittington,
Approve.
Ms. Chung,
Aye.
and Dr. Ayala Rodriguez.
Approved. And the minutes are approved. We will now move on to the agenda item 4, which is a presentation of the special faculty permit applicants, Dr. Catherine Torres and Dr. Junqueira Avelino da Silva. Dr. Guralnik will now present information regarding Dr. Catherine Torres' application for a special faculty permit with the University of California, Davis School of Medicine, pursuant to Section 2168.1, Section B of the California Business and Professions Code. Dr. Guralnik, please begin your presentation.
Good morning. As I'd like to present Dr. Catherine Torres. He's a highly accomplished cardiac surgeon. He trained at the National Autonomous University of Mexico, completing medical school and residencies in both general surgery and cardiovascular surgery, and served as chief resident in both of those programs. He then pursued advanced international training in Canada, including observerships and clinical fellowships in endoscopic coronary bypass surgery, valve repair, minimally invasive cardiac surgery, and also robotic heart surgery. He's recognized for his expertise in minimally invasive cardiac surgery, complex valve disease, and infective endocarditis. And he serves on the board of the International Society of Minimally Invasive Cardiothoracic Surgery. At UC Davis, he currently plays an essential role in clinical care, resident and fellow education, multidisciplinary collaboration, and the development of innovative surgical approaches. Dr. Catherine Torres has an extensive record of research contributing to clinical trials, high-impact publications, and book chapters. His professional memberships include the International Society for Heart and Lung Transplantation, the American College of Surgeons, and the Society of Thoracic Surgeons, reflecting his standing in the field. He's also deeply engaged in teaching, program development, robotics, heart failure surgery, and percutaneous interventions, demonstrating his broad expertise and leadership in modern cardiac surgery. And what I'd like to do is invite Dr. Farmer from our institution and Rachel Magaha, who is the CAO, to speak further on Dr. Catherine Torres.
Dr. Ayala Rodriguez, I just want to confirm it's okay to promote those individuals as panelists.
I have no objections to that. Just like in terms of a quick question to Carrie, would that be the venue or would the public comment be the venue? Because I know that they're also representatives of the school.
It is at your pleasure, Dr. Ayala Rodriguez. You can allow it.
Okay, then it's okay. We can allow them as panelists.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Dr. Farmer and Dr. Magaha, you are now panelists. You should be able to unmute freely.
Looks like you're still muted.
Yeah, we're not hearing anything.
It looks like Dr. Farmer's opened the line, but Dr. McGaha, I don't see coming off mute at all. So I don't know if there's microphone issues there. Let me. And Dr. McGaha last.
No, we can't hear anything yet.
Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
So there was difficulties in unmuting. There was a separate window that popped up asking to unmute. So Farmer, you may need to hover at the bottom on the microphone.
I think she might be coming over to you.
Okay. Yes, sounds good.
Sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
We can.
Yes, we can.
Yes.
Thank you. My apologies. It's good to know that my CAO is close at hand. So I'm Diana Farmer. I'm the chair of the Department of Surgery here at UC Davis. I've been here for 15 years since I came from UCSF after 20 years there. As part of my role of the 11 divisions I oversee, I oversee cardiac surgery. I want to start mostly by saying that I wish all of my faculty were Dr. Katrip. He has exceeded, his contributions on every level have exceeded all of my expectations, from character, professionalism, unique expertise, his surgical outcomes, etc. He has just been an extraordinary person. We are here today, I just want to get the point clear, because we are asking for an exception to the 2-year waiting time when switching his license. And the reason we're asking for it is due to a series of unexpected and unfortunate illnesses and other tragic events. He functionally has been holding our entire division together for the last 2 years, basically 24/7, 365. And this is critical because we are also the only sort of safety net cardiac surgery center in the Northern Central Valley, and are currently having to turn patients away. We brought him in with the anticipation of getting a full California medical license, because at the time we thought he might work at some of our affiliate hospitals. We, in retrospect now, given the circumstances that have occurred, should have brought him in at the time probably with an institutional license. And that's what we're asking for now, is to switch him to an institutional license for all the reasons that both Dr. Guralnik mentioned and I did, so that we can get him back to work as soon as possible, back to his clinical work, and as we rebuild the whole division as a whole. And I'm happy to answer any additional questions. We had our chief left because he had a sort of tragic retinal detachment that left him unable to operate. We had a person with metastatic breast cancer at a young age, and a few other illnesses that happened all at once that created a significant clinical need that he stepped in to fill, and sort of derailed, at least for a time period, what we brought him here to do, focus on his minimally invasive work, which he is still doing, but at the same time, he's doing all this additional work for us that is so critical, in addition to teaching and mentoring and keeping the program alive. So.
And I really appreciate all of the information provided, Doctor. Are there any questions from the members for Dr. Farmer or Dr. Guralnik about Dr. Torres's application? I do see Dr. Helmy raise his hand. Yes, Dr. Helmy.
Hi, Dr. Farmer. Thank you for presenting, and Dr. Guralnik. Just because I think that might be a consideration for the committee, can you highlight because usually 2168s are folks that have a specific skill set, for example, that might not be easily replaceable or recruitable. Can you highlight those skill sets and or features that would be relevant for Dr. Torres?
Yes. So I think the unique skill set that we brought him in for and that he has expertise in is this minimally invasive off-pump robotic, both coronary and mitral valve experience. which is difficult to obtain. Also, it's difficult in our setting to obtain, particularly because of the unique population that we serve. But in addition to his expertise, he brings a broad training as well and is able to manage our aortic aneurysm ruptures, etc. That is also an unusual skill set today, because as we train more kids straight out of medical school who then do fellowships, they kind of become not one-trick ponies, but similar. They're totally, in addition to having expertise, they don't also have that broad experience and capability. And he trained now almost 20 years ago and has been exclusively doing cardiac surgery since that time. In addition, bringing that educational focus to those areas and being able to teach that sort of contemporary skill set.
Thank you for your answer. Dr. Helmy, any additional questions? Thank you so much, Dr. Helmy. And any other comments or questions from the rest of the committee? Yes,
Sorry, I had a question. I don't know if you can see my hand.
Yes, Dr. Lucas. Oh, sorry.
Hi, Dr. Farmer. I'm Mimi Lucas at UC San Diego. I think we've met before. It's been a while. So one of my understandings was that that this candidate was a 2113, and that, usually there's a progress report after the first 3 years to get the extension. And what happened with that? It seems like there's like a little bit of a gap in, the 5 years. He's at the 5-year max now, and what I think the reason why many people wanted to discuss this is that this is might be precedent setting. There is a very clear statement that the 2113 is not a precursor to the 2168 and is not supposed to be used for that. And so, I think one of the concerns are, at least from me, is if this is going to be a pathway, we're going to have a flood of folks, and we need to distinguish how this is different, and not violating that principle of using the 2113 as a ramp to get into the 2168.
Yes, so thank you for that question, Emily. And I think in fact, I would say, if anything, it was my error. Our plan was for him to be able to train for the USMLE and ultimately move to the license that we originally brought him in under. And due to the circumstances I described, that we really were never able to give him any time to train for that, all the work that goes back, particularly when you've been a cardiac surgeon for 20 years and all the drugs for diabetes have changed, it is daunting. And we did not give him those opportunities because we went from a team of 5 surgeons down to 1 for basically these last 2 years. So we are asking for an exception to the rule because of our unique circumstances at the moment and our sort of dire situation. Not that we're not trying to recruit additional people, we want to get back to that. But so we are not intending for this to be precedent setting. We did not, it's kind of a unique circumstance of events that occurred, and that I take responsibility for sort of putting him into a situation where it was going to be impossible for him to meet the requirements of the other licensing provision. And that is why I am humbly asking for an exception to that rule. Not, the intention was never to use this as a pathway to get around the board's requirements, which I actually completely do understand and appreciate. And we wouldn't be in this situation again had certain things not occur that also made it so that basically we asked of him to do other things rather than focus on fulfilling the needs of his licensing.
And thank you for that. Any additional comments, Dr. Lucas, before I go into Dr. Siddiqui? And I see Dr.
No,
Jan
thank
as well.
you.
Thank you so much. Next, we have Dr. Siddiqui and then Dr. Jan.
Thank you. I guess the question I have, I just need some clarification. So has the candidate been under a 2113 permit for the last 5 years?
Yes.
Because, the 2113 gives the option after 2 years to take those USMLE exams and then transition to a regular license. So he had 3 years. Was he with you? If he was with you for 5 years, he had 3 years to transition to regular license. And is the explanation that he simply got too busy because he was doing 5 people's work, so he could not do the boards? Is that
that functionally, the answer to that is yes.
okay?
Thank you. And next we have Dr. Jan.
All right, thank you. Just to try and make sure that we act appropriately here, is the intent as you recruit additional thoracic surgeons for UC Davis, will this particular 2168 end up functioning as their chairperson because he is quite senior? And should we make note of that fact now as we approve him for a 2168? Or is the intent that someone else will be recruited as chair and he will return to being somebody who is under a supervisor for thoracic surgery? Is he going to be the section head, or is someone else going to be that?
He will become the section head of adult cardiac surgery. We will be recruiting and are currently recruiting for a chief of all of cardiac surgery, but that encompasses our congenital and other aspects.
So is he going to be supervising other physicians?
That would be our expectation. He's certainly supervising other physicians now, certainly all of our trainees.
Right. Thank you.
And I see Dr. Alt.
Thank you. Hi, Glenn Alt. Just a quick question, and it relates to the previous question regarding the USMLE. I was under the impression from the packet that he had actually attempted to take the USMLE twice and failed. And so is it that he was so busy, didn't have time to study, as I think you alluded to, but he has attempted it twice, my understanding, which then now gets him into a situation with the USMLE, correct, in the sequencing of his exam and taking it, correct?
Yes. So that is correct. So he took it the first time when life was sort of more normal and just didn't pass, I think, and kind of just learning what the USMLE was. And again, he's now been almost 20 years out from general medicine. And that's when the stuff hit the fan, so to speak. And our intent was to have him, and he, I think, had signed up for some courses and was going to do all this, and then basically couldn't do it and never was able to take the courses, take the exam. We kept talking about it, saying, yeah, we'll try to recruit somebody. We did recruit somebody. We were going to go in a different direction, and then that didn't happen. And it also turns out, he's multilingual. He speaks Mandarin and Spanish. And so he just was meeting the need of our local regional environment as well, that he just kept doing the work. I mean, the guy is amazing on one level. He's the guy I would operate on my family members. And I now, if I'd known then what I know now, we would have absolutely just brought him in on an institutional license from the beginning. So he's kind of fallen in between, these cracks.
Thank you so much for the clarification. And just to confirm with the rest of the group, I see that Dr. Jiang and Dr. Helmy still have their hands raised. Is that from previous, or are there any additional comments?
I do have a follow-up question if Dr. Jiang.
Seems like Dr. Jiang lowered his hand, so you can go next, Dr. Helmy.
Dr. Farmer, so UC Davis being the wonderful institution it is, and under your leadership as chair, hopefully you'll be very successful in recruiting additional surgeons in the next couple of years. Is there behind the scenes a plan for him to resume the pathway towards an unrestricted license? Or is this the end result for him to just remain as a 2168, knowing that he'll need to get renewals every few years?
Yes, is that, so I'm not good with these numbers, so I just want to make sure I answer this question properly. Is that the institutional license that you then renew every 3 years?
2168
Yes.
being the institutional license, yes, sorry.
Correct. I think that would be my expectation. I think that would be the right thing to do, both for him and our institution. He has certainly proven himself as a sort of amazing team player. We would want to keep him here and actually utilize the expertise that we brought him here for as well. And yes, that is what I personally would like to see happen.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I see Dr. Siddiqui.
Yeah, sorry, I had one other question. For is our candidate, how long has he been alone because of the?
So I'm pretty embarrassed to say this, right? Because this is poor management on my part, but it's basically been on and off for 3 years. One person got sick and we still had another for a period of time. Then that person got sick. We had recruited a transplant surgeon, but given what was falling apart with the rest of the division, we put transplant on hold, and so ultimately let that person go, the transplant surgeon, because he was going to lose his transplant credentials, or there's a time limited aspect related to those, so it was not fair to that individual. So this really has been going on almost for 3 years. We are in the final stages of recruiting a chief, but we were hoping that some of these people would come back, not knowing what their medical circumstances would turn into, to be quite frank. So
Okay, I understand.
that's
So
part of how we got into the mess.
I guess my question is, under 2113, and this is not a committee for 2113, but from my understanding, 2113 is that those physicians need to be working under the supervision of another specialist in their area. So if for 3 years he has not had anybody above him, is he in breach of his 2113 currently?
So
that's my concern.
got it. So the
Because
answer
that would
is,
set another kind of precedent, that we take somebody who's in breach of their current permit and we give them a different permit.
so we're actually quite cognizant and careful regarding that. And Gary Raff, who is a congenital surgeon, although also trained in adult surgery, has been serving as the interim division chief since the division chief had his eye injury. And so he is a board certified cardiac surgeon, and his area of clinical practice happens to be his congenital heart surgery, but he has consistently and throughout so our congenital program has stayed intact. We also do adult congenital, and he is the supervising physician for Dr. Katrip. Yes, we would have, short of that, we would have been in a different situation in terms of closing down the program entirely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yes, Carrie, as well.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's clear that under 2168, he won't be earning credit toward a physician and surgeon license. That can only be done under 2113. So this is something that probably should be discussed offline with staff on possibilities that may have already been done, but that a full and unrestricted licensure is not possible under 2168.
Correct, and we are aware of that. We are aware of that, and he is aware of that.
Thank you so much. And before we go into public comment, are there any other last minute comments or questions for Dr. Farmer or Dr. Rowling? I do not see any hands raised. So Sean, can we go into public comment? Thank you so
Yes,
much.
if anyone would like to make a public comment, you do so by raising your hand or typing anything into that Q&A window that you called upon. Give everyone a few seconds here to queue up. Not seeing any requests this time.
Thank you so much, Sean. So now we're going to move with Dr. Ha, and he's going to be presenting the information regarding Dr. Junqueira Avelino da Silva's application for a special faculty permit with the University of San Francisco School of Medicine pursuant to Section 2168.1, Section B of the California Business and Professions Code. Dr. Ha, please begin your presentation.
Great. Thank you so much. And thanks to the group for convening on this. So I'm presenting Dr. Tiago da Silva, who is a geriatrician by training. And the goal is to appoint him as an associate professor in the UCSF School of Medicine and Division of Geriatrics in particular. So the need is essentially based on the fact that there are fundamentally very few adult geriatrics academic physicians in the U.S., numbering less than 1,000. And what Dr. Silva brings is actually a subspecialty within that to hospitalize older adults, helping to run units within the UCSF that we have, but it's been difficult to hire into these positions. So Dr. Silva is not only a world-recognized expert in this, but has been functioning as a researcher within UCSF. So he's certainly familiar with the situation, although he's not been practicing here currently. By way of training, Dr. Silva comes from Brazil, and his primary appointment has been with I'm not going to say it very well, but in Sao Paulo, one of the largest academic hospitals there, where he's set up several teaching and clinical programs catering to care for age-friendly individuals and providing protective care for the particularly frail and complicated older adults. So he has served this the largest hospital in Sao Paulo, as well as the hospital Israelita Albert Einstein, which is one of the #1 hospitals in Latin America. Again, he has worked at UCSF initially as a visiting scholar in 2014, 2015, and then as a research fellow currently from 22 to the present. So he sits on numerous academic societies, has been leading some of these. He's presented numerous at national and international conferences, has a large body of published work as well, all of this centered around the care of these patients. So the goal will be to have him come in and help to run and expand a lot of the geriatrics services within the UCSF School of Medicine. This is function within the Department of Geriatrics within the Department of Medicine. So I think given the need, the difficulty in finding academic geriatricians, not to mention those who are focused on inpatient care and management, this is the ask that we have of the group. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ha, for the presentation. Are there any questions from the members for Dr. Ha? Right now, I do not see any hands raised, but Dr. Ha, I just have a question for you. Based on your experience, would you consider that UCSF would experience difficulty identifying and recruiting another physician with the qualifications, expertise, and skill sets comparable to those of this applicant if this permit process were not available?
Yes, and so obviously I'm a head and neck surgeon, so this is a little bit far from my personal field. But in speaking with members of the Department of Department of Medicine and specifically geriatrics, they have had a very challenging time in recruiting, simply because there's just a small number of people, and most geriatrics trained physicians are focused on outpatient care. So we've been very strong on our hospitalist sort of model. So finding someone who has expertise in that has been quite challenging.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ha. And before I go into public comment, are there any other comments or questions from the rest of the committee? I see Dr. Helmy. Dr. Helmy, please go ahead.
Dr. Ha, quick question. I'm sorry if I missed this. How has Dr. Avelino da Silva been practicing recently? Most of his current activities seem to be fellowship and research endeavors. Has he been? How long has it been since he's been in a full clinical practice?
That's a great question. I believe that his since 20. Let me make sure I get this right.
This is Carla Goodbody,
yeah,
since 2015.
Sorry, can you repeat that, please? I'm sorry.
Yes, so he has been, he's not practiced clinical medicine since 2015. Since 2014, I'm sorry, when he came to UCSF as a as a scholar, and then moved into a research fellow position.
Carla, are you sure of that? Because he went back to Brazil after 2015.
Let me verify.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then I believe it was 2022, if I am correct, because I think he went back to Brazil, was practicing there, and then came back to UCSF in 22 to commence his research fellowship activities.
And my understanding from the packet, this is Dr. Ayala, is that he's still clinically active virtually or something like that. So if we could just verify on that. Thank you.
Yeah, we can take a look at that.
Definitely. And I guess that we can go back for additional information. Carrie, like, is it possible, like, if we go to public comment and then we circle back into additional information?
Yes, it's fine to go to public comment.
Okay, and just before we go into public comment, are there any other questions other than the clinical practice for Dr. Ha? I do not see any hands raised in the rest of the committee. So Sean, if we can go to public comment before we circle back.
Yes, if anyone would like to make a public comment for this application, please do so by raising your hand or typing anything in that Q&A window. Give it a few seconds to queue up.
While we wait for that, I can mention in his CV from its clinical services, I believe, Dr. Ayala, you're correct that from 2019 to present, he has been doing remote geriatric consults for the hospital Sírio Libanês in Sao Paulo. So that has been a component of his work. So he's maintained some clinical activity, even though he is here doing his research fellowship.
Yes, thank you for the clarification. Sean, any public comment?
Don't see any request at this time.
Thank you so much. Any other information? Is it Dr. Goodbody? Carla? Sorry, I'm not familiar with your title. Any other information that you would like to provide?
Not at this time.
Thank you so much. And any additional information, Dr. Ha, that you would like to provide?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. So hearing no additional comments from the group or from public comment, then I would say that now we can go into closed session for the committee review and recommendation. We will return to open session before adjournment of the meeting. Dr. Guralnik will not participate in the deliberations or vote of the application for Dr. Torres, and Dr. Ha will not participate in the deliberations or vote of the application for Dr. Avelino da Silva. See you in closed session. Thank you so much.
Dr. Ayala Rodriguez, to all the panelists here, you should have received a reminder at 11:15 a.m. with the link to join that closed session. So I'll meet you over there and keep this open session open for the public so we can return to it shortly. So yes, if you could all leave this meeting now, meet you over in the closed session I'll keep this open for all the public attendees. Thank you. Committee's returning from from closed session now, and we'll be taking down the slide here as soon as we see Dr. Ayala Rodriguez join the meeting again. Thank you for your patience.
I should that we continue to have a quorum. Is it okay to start right now?
Yeah, I believe you have enough members to proceed. I've gone ahead and taken down the closed session slide, so it's all yours.
We do have a quorum.
Well, thank you so much. We're now back in open session. And for the summary of the conversation, the committee has reviewed Dr. Catherine Torres' applications and qualifications and will not be recommending this applicant to be approved for the special faculty permit. The committee also has reviewed Dr. Junqueiras Avelino da Silva's application and qualifications and recommends approval for the special faculty permit appointment as long as the organization follows typical onboarding hospital privileging cases. As there is no further business, this is going to conclude our meeting. Thank you for your time. This meeting is going to be adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Will be discussed.
Dr. Ayala Rodriguez. Good
Thank you.
afternoon.
Take care. Thank you.